Hi there. So we're continuing our skirmish-based skirmish game. Uh, that doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? So, I had thought about this before. What I think is radiation. We're going to call this, I don't know, for now, the working name. The radiation that was discovered was called Starlight. For now, we're going to call this little project Starlight. I was just thinking, what are the inspirations for this? There's a computer game called I Am Alive. So in I Am Alive, it's also post-apocalyptic. The book. And the main character, he has a gun, but it has like an intimidation system. Basically, there's limited ammo, and you point your gun to intimidate people, and you generally find a bullet is just in time to shoot the intimidate how to put it, the tough enemy who's unintimidated by your gun, and then the other ones kind of give up. And that's what I would really like in this. But people have weapons and then they threaten each other, and then that's where the conflict is most of the time. It's in a ruined city. And the character does a lot of climbing. I thought about including that, but then I thought, how can I include that? It became like really impractical, because then you'd have to like stick models like hanging off side the buildings, and you have to make the buildings to incorporate that. Nah. So not only limited ammo, there was limited resources. There was food, which basically healed you, and you had to look after your energy. Resources. Hunger and fatigue. Fatigue? I don't know. Another setting that I thought at one point was Wild West. The Wild West. So yeah, I thought, yeah, there was like, how to put it, like it was like frontier, like it's a frontier setting, isn't it? Wild West. Generally, you're not looking at hunger, but you're looking at people living off there, basically living from pride and not backing down. But then, generally, you didn't go shooting everyone you knew. And like a community spirit as well. That's one thing, community spirit. That's one thing I want want to see in my game. This idea of community. So like people working together, not just like being in this an assembly of soldiers basically, but that people have relationships and that they're looking after one another. Another inspiration for me is I have a board game called Robinson Crusoe. Something like that. And that's like a kind of like a survival board game. It's really awesome. That has hunger. You need to find food. You need motivation. So, like if you feel unmotivated to survive, then there's a good chance you're not going to in that game. And yeah, so in that game, basically you have 4 categories of things to do. Then you use like little counters to say what your character is going to do. But there was hunting, it's not really scavenging, is it? Collecting materials, how you want to put that. And you were to build a home or build your camp, invent things that might make life easier. Well, that was in caring for the camp. Yeah, so exploring, that was it. So, yeah, is there anything else I remember? Well, it's a brainstorm, we can come back to it. So, one thing about like try to do this as a hobby is trying to find time. Try to look after yourself. And so I think that's all I have time for today. I have to run off to work. Real life calls. Right, so I'll see you maybe tomorrow, maybe in a few days, when I find time. But I'll come back to it as soon as I can. Right, until the next time, bye.